Pastor Ryan's with the Get To Free Press. And I have promised you all that I was going to interview some people. You know, I've been in Tifton with Singletary, and you've seen her videos. One aspect of her problems in Tifton deals with the Honorable Judge Hugh Lawson. But this is another lady. We'll call her client number 2, who has a story to tell. And I couldn't think of any better location than Serenity Church, where Reverend Floyd Rose is the founder and one of the best community civil rights activists that Valdosta has ever known. And so I chose to come to this church this morning because in the final analysis, the people who does the most are criticized the most. So now I'm asking you to listen to the truth. Your name?
Miss Sandra Reid.
And you called me, right?
Yes.
Why did you call me?
Because I needed help.
You need help. Do you know Pastor Floyd Rose?
Yes.
Okay. And we decided to come to his church this morning, right?
Yes.
Okay. Well, look here. I'm going to ask you a couple questions here. Then we're going to go inside because it's hot out here and you say you can't stand much sun. So I'm going to ask you a couple questions here, then we'll go inside, okay? Give me your address and a phone number if you want anybody, maybe somebody national will pick up on this video and try to come to your aid. So give us your phone number or email address or something along those lines.
Okay, my address is 2840 Rainwater Road, 1110 Tifton, Georgia, zip 31793. And if you want to contact me, my phone number is 229-392-7994. You can contact me.
This is the Get To Free Press, and I'm George Pastor Ryan, and we're now inside, and I'm here with, what's your name?
Miss Sandra Reid.
Sandra Reid, a person that I've known for quite a while after she called me with her problem. And before she get into her situation, I want to talk about Singletary, another individual, and another individual. I'm not going to call their names. If they come forward, we'll have 4 cases along the same lines here. But often you can't get people to stand up and to do what needs to be done. But I'm glad that this beautiful sister, Reid, came forward, and she wants to share her story with you. So I'm going to say to you, greetings.
Thank you.
Okay. And where were you employed?
Tifton County Board of Education in Tifton, Georgia.
Okay. About how long did you work?
Almost 2 years.
Almost 2 years.
Yes.
And you call it Tifton County School Board?
Yes.
Okay.
Tifton County Schools Board of Education.
Okay. And you had some medical problems, right?
Right.
And will you explain to us what happened while you was employed there?
Well, I was a bus monitor for Tifton County Board of Education school bus system, and I was in a bus accident, and I was injured, a knee injury. And when I discovered that I was injured, I went to...
What date? Do you remember the date of that?
The date was 9/11/2015. And when I first discovered that I was injured, I started having all this pain. I went to the ER. And when I went to the ER, they did multiple things. The main thing they didn't do is treat me. They told me what to do, you know, to get me an ice pack and that type of thing for the swelling. So I did that. And the next morning, I couldn't walk. I went back to the emergency room, and told them that I, couldn't hardly get out of bed to go to the bathroom. So therefore, I was told to go to the Tifton County Board of Education and let them assign me a doctor to see, a workman's comp doctor. And they did that. They sent me to one of their doctors, the walk-in clinic. One particular doctor was from Quick Care. He x-rayed me, put a knee brace on my leg. At that time, I started having excruciating pain, unbearable type pain. So then he gave me some days off from the job, and then I went to, they sent me to a knee specialist. That particular doctor, he did an x-ray and found a foreign object behind my, he said it was a needle, behind my main artery. And he said, Ms. Reid, this foreign object, I'm not going to touch your leg because it's just like a bullet that some things you just can't move. And I say, why you can't do this, move the object? He said, just go ahead on and just, he said, I'm not going to touch your leg. Just go ahead on and live your life. And, then I went to...
all of this has been documented?
All of this has been documented.
Okay, great.
So I went to my primary care doctor after he said, go back to your primary care doctor. Let him move the object out your knee. So that's what I did. I went to my primary care doctor. He told me, he said, no, I'm not getting involved. He said, go back to the workman's comp doctor.
Who had told you what?
Which told me that he wasn't going to do nothing to move the object.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So that was documented. Then I went back to my doctor the second time. And I asked him, was it anything that he can do to help me? So he sent me to Albany, Georgia, to another orthopedic. This doctor told me, Ms. Reid, I don't know why this doctor sent me to you. You should have been seeing a vascular doctor. I said, what? A vascular doctor? I said, what is a vascular doctor? He said, a doctor that deals with arteries and veins and that type of thing. He said, I asked him, could he refer me to a vascular doctor? He told me no. I said, why? And he said, no, I'm not. So at that particular time, I got very emotional, and I started kind of like crying a little bit. So I sat in the office, that type thing, and then I just got up and left, from out of the doctor's office. And then I went back to my home and that type of thing. And I said, well, I'm going to try going to, coming here to Valdosta, to the ER here. I came to
In what hospital?
It's Valdosta Regional. Okay. I don't know the exact name.
But Valdosta Hospital.
Valdosta Hospital, ER. And I went there, he did the exact thing that the ERs did in Tifton. He told me what to do, but he didn't treat me. And so at that particular time, I said, okay, I know what to do. I'm going to call Medicare.
Why didn't he treat you?
I'm not sure why he didn't treat me, because I guess all of them was in cahoots together.
Okay, go ahead. So
after that, I went to, I said I was going to go and see, but, I called Medicare. And I told Medicare with the other doctors in Tifton, nobody was trying to help me. So she said, ma'am, I tell you what, I got a list of doctors. I'm going to give you some doctors' names that you can go to in Jacksonville. I said, none of them won't help me. She said, that's not right. She said, you need to do what you need to do to save your leg. So therefore, that's when I went and checked in to Jacksonville, ER.
Jacksonville, Georgia?
Jacksonville, Florida, another state. I checked into that ER there and told the doctor the situation that I was going through. I told him that nobody in Tifton would help me, none of the doctors. And he said, well, I tell you what, I'm going to x-ray you. So at that time, he x-rayed me, that doctor in Jacksonville, Florida, and he sent me to another orthopedic doctor in Jacksonville. That doctor in Jacksonville, he said, Ms. Reid, you have torn ligaments. he said, yes, you do have an object behind your artery. And he said, what I can do is refer you to a vascular doctor. And I said, okay. I said, could you help him fix the torn ligaments after he moved the object? He said, well, I have to see first, but we're going to take care of you. So I was thinking he was going to do just everything what he said. So therefore, I went to the vascular doctor, Dr. Steele, in Jacksonville, Florida. And he talked with me, and he said, yes. He said, do you want the object out? I said, yes. And he gave me a date that he was going to take the object out. At that time, they did a ER on, what you call it? EKG.
Oh, EKG.
EKG on my heart. It came back abnormal. So then they did a clearance. They said, no, we can't operate on you until we do this clearance. Therefore, the vascular doctor sent me to a heart doctor. The heart doctor did a stress test on me. Well, one of the practitioners, she said, Ms. Reid, your heart level drop. She said from 69 to 49. I said, what? Is that almost about to stop? Or what? So, but anyway, she did give me that information. That's also documented. And then later on, I kept going back to this heart doctor. He put me on another medication for the arteries, for cholesterol, that type thing. Then later on, he stated that he was going to try to help me find another orthopedic doctor, and I'm trying to figure out why. And the other orthopedic doctor, which saw me after the emergency room doctor in Jacksonville, stopped treating me because they weren't getting paid. So, and I'm like, what is going on? So one particular appointment, they had me to come way to Jacksonville. Did not treat me, refused to treat me, so I wound up making a trip with Logisticare, a government agency that transported me there. I made that trip for nothing because the doctor refused to treat me.
Just, you may not mention his name here, but you do have his name. Because this is just an introductory video. We actually going to do a in-depth where you can call the names out and really put it out there.
Right.
Okay. But you do have his name.
Yes.
Okay.
So then after that, it was just so frustrating because of all the doctors I had went through with. Then after the object was moved, I don't know if the torn...
Wait a minute. Now you going when the object moved. Now you told me that you make a trip to Jacksonville for nothing. So after you made the trip for nothing, what did you do? You need to keep us... Come on, talk to me.
After I had the object moved, I don't know if the...
Wait a minute. I'm got to go back again.
Okay.
You said that you made a trip for nothing.
Right.
So I need to tell me where you're going there. Did you go to Valdosta Hospital? You went to Atlanta? Come on. I mean, just...
No, I went to Jacksonville.
Okay.
Jacksonville orthopedic. I went there, and that's when I was not treated.
Right.
That particular time.
Mm-hmm.
So I went back and I started, I got frustrated again because there had been so much going, Later on, I discovered that I had infection because the leg wasn't healing properly because I was being refused treatment. And after I was refused treatment, I still don't know from this day is anything else. But they did told me after the MRI from Dr. Hakeem,
mm-hmm.
He still didn't treat me with that MRI. It was another practitioner that saw me. Then they brought in experts and all that type of thing, to trying to get me all off balance. After that, I went back to Tifton. That's when the Tifton doctor, E.R., he discovered I had infection from the surgery.
That you had?
Right, that I had in Jacksonville from Dr. Steele. So he said it wasn't no infection for nothing else, it was from the surgery. I got that also documented. And then after all of that, I had to go to walk-in clinics, that type of thing. I even went to mental health to cope with this.
What mental health agency did you go to?
I went to, it was...
What city was it at? Where?
It was in Tifton, Georgia. Tifton. And they called themselves trying to help me. They didn't do nothing for me either. They wouldn't even give me the documents, the medical records. They tried to charge me for them. It was a big mess. So I wound up going to several lawyers and that type of thing.
Okay, you went to several lawyers.
Yes.
But before we go to the lawyers, let's go back and look over this here. So who took the pen out? What city you was in when they took the pen out?
Jacksonville, Florida.
And then it was infected.
Yes.
Then you went to Tifton.
Yes.
They identified it.
Yes. And
what was your mental condition from going through all this, you know?
I was stressful, in a lot of pain, excruciating pain, unbearable, wasn't able to sleep at night.
So regardless of what so you eventually went to a lawyer. So tell me about that. What's your experience with the lawyers that you saw there?
I saw several lawyers.
Okay. Tell us about a few of them. What happened? What did they say, or did they take the case away?
One lawyer said, well, they said I had a good case. They took the case, all my information, but still denied me assistance. Okay. And then I went to another lawyer, the same thing.
Keep your voice up. Keep your voice up, and don't go down the hall.
Okay, I went to several lawyers denied me. So when I got, that was like by 8. Mm-hmm. When I got to the 9th attorney, he took the case, then he turned around and denied me too. Mm-hmm.
He denied you what? He did not take the case?
No, he denied me for saying the doctors was right.
Okay.
And so that at that particular time, I terminated him because he
terminated him. But what? Why did he say? I mean, come on.
He said that he didn't feel like the doctors was wrong. So I did not agree with that.
Why didn't you agree with that?
Because I got evidence.
And what was that evidence?
The evidence was stating everything, that the object was there, the people that knew about it. I had a statement that I had a job and that type of thing. I had a statement to verify that the object was there.
Did you have a proof that they denied that it was there?
Yes.
You got that? You had that too?
I got proof that they tried to say the object wasn't there.
Did they know it was there?
They knew it was there because they the one discovered it.
And then they turned around and said...
it wasn't there after sending me to have an MRI to try to get rid of it in my leg.
Now, you mentioned something about having normally when you go under that machine, you have a metal object in your body. What happened? I mean, don't that cause problems?
That cause problems. You shouldn't be giving a person an MRI with metal. Mm-hmm. If you state that you don't supposed to have metal in your body taking a MRI, why would you have me to take an MRI knowing that I got a needle, a foreign object in my leg? Mm-hmm. So that's doing more damages to my leg inside. Mm-hmm. So therefore, I'm trying to figure out, is you trying to help me or you trying to kill me? Mm-hmm. So I got to look out for my own self. I got to protect me. Okay, before we get further into the attorneys, I'm going to ask you another question. Do you feel that if you was not as alert and studious about your condition because of what that you possibly could have lost a leg, or you possibly, or worse? Yes. I mean, if you're telling me that you're not going to touch my leg because I have a foreign object in the leg, it's just like a bullet. Some things you cannot touch. But why would you order me an MRI with a piece of metal, a needle in my leg, stating that it's there, and then you still send me to a place to, that's going to affect the metal there? Okay. My last question before we go into I want you to tell me a little bit more about the attorney. Why do you feel or believe that they did all this to you? And why did you have to go through all this? I feel like they got in cahoots or they teamed all up together because they didn't want the truth to be known. And when the truth be known to other people would know how to, you know, you should know how to defend yourself or your rights. That's what you got 5 senses for. To know when somebody treats you right and when somebody treating you wrong. You're not dumb, you're not stupid. Yeah. But then yet still, I feel like they thought I was one of these little dumb women's. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I'm a fighter. Right.
Okay, I know you to be a fighter in another case, but now, so the attorney said that. You got any other attorneys you want to talk about before we wrap this up? Because this is just initiation. Because you have taken your documents, you have organized them, and we're going to get together. We're going to sit down at a round table, a square table, and we're going to call names. We're going to go through the system. We're going to ask pertinent questions that anybody would send to a bona fide lawyer. We want to sit down and bring all that out, just like I did for Miss Singletary. And Miss Singletary case right now is in Atlanta with the U.S. courts, I think it is. And so the bottom line is that we want you to give us that information, then close us out.
And one particular thing, after all this I went through with, I couldn't get no help in Tifton. I feel like the doctors in Jacksonville, all those doctors got together. Everybody started looking like going against me. Mm-hmm. So I went and filed with the district attorney, the district federal. U.S.
District Courts.
Yeah, the court.
Do you remember his name?
Judge Lawson.
Judge Hugh Lawson. Yes, I'm familiar with him. Yeah.
And I went before him. He told me to try to find a lawyer after I had asked, you know, put in an application requesting a lawyer. Mm-hmm. So he denied me 2 times. And so I tried the reconsideration after the 2 times. But after he did all of that, denied me, he didn't help me, nobody helped me or did nothing for me.
Before you, I mean, I'm sorry for interrupting you, but do you feel that Judge Lawson show any sympathy, any understanding for your situation?
No.
Okay, go ahead, I'm sorry.
And I don't feel like a judge like that should be in that position.
Do you know of anybody else that might have went before Judge Lawson and got the same treatment?
Yes. Another lady that I know, a real dear friend.
May Singletary?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead. Okay.
And you know what? I don't think you should be put in a position.
She got him recused, by the way, from her case, but go ahead.
Yes. You shouldn't be put in a position if you're not going to help the public, the people. Mm-hmm. You know, the people vote you in these different positions, and you should do your job equally to all mankind.
Appointed or elected.
That's right.
Either way, okay.
That's right. And I don't feel like I was treated right. And so the public need to know. Mm-hmm. They need to stick together.
Let's don't stay on him that long. So let's go back to the issue of, so after all of this, what is the status or the hope of your case now?
The status and the hope of my case is that justice be done.
So the status of your case is, yeah, you got hope, but so the status right now is that it's not in any active lawyer's hands, right?
Right.
So right now, how long has that been? The statute of limitations, have it expired yet? When did this happen?
This happened with the judge.
No. When your incident happened, period.
My incident happened 9/11/2015. The bus accident. Mm-hmm. From 2015 up until 17, it's been
so statute of limitation is up. It was September to what?
September should be this month was up. September 11th, 2015. So September 11th.
2 years was up.
Yeah, it's been 2 years already.
Okay, I don't know.
So I don't know.
We don't know. But even if the statute of limitation is out or up, we still, I want, as a member of the press, because I see so much stuff that's being ignored, I still want us to do another interview, and you need to check with another lawyer. And if the statute of limitation is out, then we need to get those records still and get around the table
Right.
And let's expose all of this.
Yes.
So we can know what people here in the state of Georgia must go through. We cannot continue to allow these things to happen, and then we act like we scared as hell.
Right.
That got to stop.
That's got to stop.
And there was a day that I remember, Miss Sandra, wherein people, and I remember this in the 70s,
yes.
people used to go to their TV stations,
yes.
they would go to their newspapers, they would even call 60 Minutes and some of these magazines. They would come in and investigate and show a pattern and a practice of what's going on. And people, it would help other people.
Right.
So if nobody will report your story, like I did Miss Singletary and others,
right.
I want your story to be told.
Yes.
Because if we do not let the public know how unprofessional some lawyers,
yes.
some doctors,
yes.
some judges,
yes.
some what do you call them? What kind of workers? What do you call them? Comp workers, whoever.
Workman's
Doctors. Yeah.
Workman's comp doctors.
Yeah. They do everything they can to avoid taking care of human beings.
Yes.
And it is as if though human life don't seem to be that much. I worked with a girl over in America's Georgia, who worked for former President Jimmy Carter. And it was a disgrace how that facility that got Rosalynn Carter's name on it, the disgraceful conditions and the way they treated that sister is unbelievable. And I asked this young lady, and she probably don't want me saying this, but I'm going to say it. I don't understand why she didn't go to Rosalind, or I think her name Rosalind, and President Carter to explain why they treated her so bad there at that university. And she was without work now, and it's a disgrace. And we don't want you to end up like that.
Oh no.
You may already be caught up in that here in the state of Georgia, because you know what kind of state Georgia is, don't you? Georgia's at-will work state. They can fire you for good cause, bad cause, or for no cause at all, and they don't even have to tell you why. And we keep holding these same elected officials and keep sending them back in their office.
Yes.
Yeah. So let me ask you a few questions as we close this out. I didn't call you, did I?
No.
You called me.
I called you.
Because you wanted assistance, right?
I wanted assistance.
And this is what I do.
Okay.
Have you gave me a large amount of money to do what you're doing?
No.
Have you given me anything?
No.
Not for this. No.
Not for this?
No.
No.
You say it loud.
No.
All right. You know, I don't play games with folks. And so the reason I want that on the tape is because I want you all to know that your local newspapers and those reporters get paid for doing what they do.
Yes.
Your TV reporters, they get paid for what they do.
Yes.
I do it because my friends call me crazy as hell. And I don't mind saying that on video because I'm determined to tell the truth during the last days of the reign of the wicked. I'm George Foster Ryan. This is the Get To Free Press. Your name once again?
Sandra Reid.
You was employed with?
Tifton County Board of Education, school system.
You had a pen in your?
A needle in my knee.
Needle in your knee. And with that pen, you went before some gadget to get some type of
help.
And they call it a CT, what do they call it? A CAT scan or whatever they call it?
CAT scan, MRI.
MRI.
Yes.
And they knew it was there.
Yes.
And that could have caused you greater damage or pain.
Yes.
You went to lawyers, and you went to doctors,
yes.
And you are still in a state of getting no help here in the state of Georgia, right?
Right.
Wow.
Still in pain.
Still in pain.
Having the same issue going on. Excruciating pain at night.
You was at one point where you couldn't even walk, weren't you?
Couldn't walk.
Couldn't drive a car.
Couldn't drive. Had to have assistance, people to come and help me, carry me to the emergency room to get shots and that type thing. I mean, it would be so to the point that the pain would bother my heart. You know, it's like... Well,
you mentioned that fall in your heart, that type of thing. Expound a little bit on that heart situation.
Well, the heart specialist doctor he had experts to come in the last time he saw me, and he told me he was going to get me some more help for as a new orthopedic doctor. But he even stated to another doctor that I did not exist. And
wait. Say that again.
Say I did not exist. It's like he don't even know me. He don't even have no records of me.
Yeah, that's something you told me about, and I'm glad glad I forgot about that. You told me that you went to somebody and you said they didn't you tell me somebody said they didn't even treat you or something?
Right.
At some point, what was that about?
Another doctor that did a what you call it? You know where they go in and do surgery for your colon, and he asked for the medical records from the heart doctor because he wanted to make sure everything was right before he did the procedure. So when they sent for the records, they sent back to them that I don't exist. The heart doctor that did the stress test on me in Jacksonville, Florida, and I said this not right.
So they denied of even seeing you.
They denied of even treating me or seeing me.
What kind of treatment did they do to you?
They did the stress test, that type of thing where they say my heart rate had dropped from 69 to 49. So
you have nothing in your record to cover that?
I got documentation.
Well, so they did, but yet they denied they did it.
They denied they did it.
That form that you have, it got names on it and dates and stuff like that?
Yes. Got the name of the doctor, the address, the phone number, everything. And I said, how can you do something like that?
Well, if you had all this, I mean, explain to me how all these 9 doctors denied taking your case.
I don't know. They just all in together doing the same thing. This lie. You know, the truth going to be known. And that's what's going to set you free. So when other people know about this kind of stuff, then they can, you know,
at least be aware of it.
Yeah, be aware of it. Don't go to those type of people because, you know, you want to live just like they're living.
How do you think a human being can treat another human being like that and they don't feel no remorse? Were these black doctors or white doctors or Indian doctors?
These were white doctors.
You think maybe they were Republicans and not Democrats? You think that may have something to do with it?
I think they had something to do with it. It might have been Republicans.
You know, I didn't notice until about 4 weeks ago when former President Ronald Reagan got shot. And they say in the hospital, he asked the doctor, "Are you a Republican doctor?" I'm serious.
My goodness.
And so, I mean, it's sad to say, but we as American citizens need to do a little research on the people who we let treat us.
That's true.
And it's just that simple.
And some of the medicines that people take is not good for them. They're not even treating what your condition is. They're giving you something that can affect your heart, your kidneys, anything. You need to be aware of what you're taking, the type of doctor you're going to, whether that doctor care for you, I love you, because it's not all about the money. It's about you treating a human being right.
Well, some people don't see others as human beings. But look, let me say this to you, and we closing this out. We've been at this a little too long. I'm only going to do a very little editing, but I do want you to say to me that you do give me permission to post this on Facebook, YouTube, and to send it back even to these hospitals if necessary. And we're going to do a follow-up, wherein I want you to get together. I want you to get these doctors' names together. I want you to get the attorneys' names together. And I want you to get the specific name of such as where you had your stress.
I got the names.
You got all that.
I got all of that.
Okay, well, we're going to get around a table here in the next week or two. And we're going to bring that back because the people that watch this video, I just want the American people to know what's going on. So once again, give us your name and a phone number just in case somebody want to call you after hearing all of this.
My name is Sandra Reid. My address, 2840 Rainwater Road, apartment 1110, Tifton, Georgia, zip 31793. My phone number is 229-392-7994. And you can contact me at that cell number.
Now, tell me something that you want to say to George Boston Rhymes.
Well, I thank God for Brother Ryan. He's a dear friend. He always try to help people and bring out the truth out of the people that he helped. And I feel like he's serious about what he's doing. He's a God-given gift from God, and I think we ought to show some appreciation to him. And I want to say to you, Brother Ryan, just keep doing what you do, because your reward is in Jesus.
Thank you very much. And once again, this is the Get To Free Press. George Boston Ryan. We report what others ignore. And I wish I had some more questions for you, and I have 3, but we're gonna save those for the next video, because you say you got. Thank you. You say you got all this information.
Yes.
Again, to all my YouTube watchers, I got over 1 million views around the world. I got 22 subscribers, 2,200 subscribers, and I thank God for each and every one of them, because people don't walk with people if they don't pretty near believe in the content of what they've been producing. I've been doing this since '75, and I am tired. Some people say there's no way he's tired. I'm tired. But when I look at what people like you and Mother Singletary and some more people, if they would only step up and tell the story like you and Miss Singletary did, I'm wondering how many more people could be helped if they would just step forward and tell their story. So once again, I commend you. You didn't just talk about it. You got up and you did about it. You did something about it. And again, I commend you with that beautiful smile. And I don't normally do this, but I'm going to ask you another question. I told you not to mention it at the beginning, but I cannot leave out the gift that God has called you to do and to try to endeavor. So what do they call you? Evangelist?
Evangelist Sandra Reid.
You're also the author of some music, right?
I got 2 books that I have written. One prophetic warning, the other one, this is my story. Okay.
And pretty soon you just may have one about your medical story, huh?
Yes.
All right. Peace be unto you. This is George Boston Ryan doing what we do. Bye-bye, we go. Thank you, my beautiful sister.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Greetings. This is the Get To Free Press, and we report what others ignore. This is your First Amendment right to know without whiteouts from a controlled news media whiteout network. And we are located in Valdosta, Georgia, and we are here to inform, educate, and persuade if necessary. Always keep that in mind. Moreover, I want to say to you that as a community, state, nation, and world, we are not who we claim to be, but who we prove ourselves to be over a given period of time. And if we are a liar, time will tell. And if we are a racist or a hater, time will tell. And our righteous and holy God already know. So you are only fooling yourselves. Again, the Ghetto Free Press. I'm George Boston Ryan.